Well, folks, hope your day went well. Do you ever think it might be time? Might be close to that time? I know Greg Abbott does, because he came out with that new legislative paper, or whatever it was that he wrote yesterday, stating that the Biden administration has not fulfilled their obligation to protect the border, the people of the United States. And on the bottom of it, he says, so I have taken it upon myself to disregard the federal government and to utilize the assets that I have at hand in order to uphold the Texas Constitution. And it will reset or result in us falling back on our own state constitution because our U.S. Constitution is not working. They're not following it. So within legal limits, I'm falling back on Texas Constitution because we don't have the support as Americans that we need to make sure that this country remains safe and the border remains secure. I'm going to secure it myself. And that's just that. I'm not listening to a federal administration or Biden administration. I'm doing what I have to do to protect Texas. Ironically, that's not good enough. Now, the Democrats want to stir up even more shit. Now, the Democrats are being told by the Department of Homeland Security that they want them to seize control of the National Guard because they're not doing what the Democrats want them to do. So now there's this conflict. The Democrats are calling for the president to seize control of the National Guard and get them out of there. The Department of Homeland Security is in the background making all this noise and stuff. We just had a reporter recently that was on the border that was interviewing one of the agents before they all got stripped off of the line and the National Guard put in place. And the agent was literally telling him, well, when they leave here, they go to different locations. Some of them go to Phoenix, Arizona. Some of them go to some other places. Some of them go to Chicago, New York. Who knows? Some of them may get assistance right away, get money and aid right away. Some of them may not. But I know these people here, the ones he was specifically talking about, he was like, yeah, they'll get on buses. They'll go to Phoenix, Arizona. They'll get gift cards with like $3,000 on it so they can get started on their life. They'll get documented and everything else, and they'll start on their process. What? So the Department of Homeland Security is the one that he says is actually running the whole entire thing. The reporter's question to him was, so you guys are just giving them money? And he said, no, it's not us. We're not for this. Border Patrol was like, we're not trying to aid in this. We're being told that this is our job, this is what we have to do, and we're going to do it. By who? Well, the Department of Homeland Security. They're the ones controlling everything. Oh, wow. That makes no freaking sense. How in the heck are we supposed to trust our government when our own three-letter agency that shouldn't be there anyway, obviously they're not doing their damn job, is telling them that this is what they should be doing? And the Department of Homeland Security is pressing the Democrats or the president to seize control of the National Guard on the border, but the National Guard that's down there is not just from one state, it's by multiple states. So how are you going to tell multiple governors from all these different states that their National Guard needs to be removed? What governor is going to cave and pull out? This is the exact reason why the U.S. Constitution was made. We're right there on that line. Right there on that line of the three-letter W-A-R. It's there. It's like one little move is all that's going to kick it off right now. And it's sad. It's sad that we just can't make it safe for people that live here, and we have to try to appease everybody else. They're pushing for it. They don't want an election to come up. They don't want people to vote on the next president. They're pushing for whatever type of chaos that they can possibly come up with right now so they can change the way all of this stuff is done in the next 10 to 11 months. New law, new rule, new marshal this, whatever that. And guess what? Now we don't have an election. Now the people that are in play are stuck where they're at. But now we have military running the streets. Military running the neighborhoods and stuff and the law or whatever it is that people talk about. They want this right now. This is what they're after. And it's pretty sad that the Department of Homeland Security is involved in as much as they're involved in. And you know what? Remember that director, the bald-headed guy or whatever, that's been on many, many, many of the trials? I don't think he's a director anymore. He talked about stuff like this in the past. He talked about how corrupt these agencies and stuff are. He talked about how sick things were and how they were not protecting children and trafficking and everything else. How they were not doing their job like they were supposed to. And how so many things got dropped through the cracks over the years when things should have been done and taken care of. This is that teetering line of WAR. Just don't know what it looks like quite yet. It'll look like something, but I'm not exactly sure what it is yet or how long it's going to take. It's absolutely disgusting. Keep your loved ones close. Make sure your family's stuff is squared away. Make sure you're squared away. Make sure you're doing the best that you possibly can to live as minimal as you can right now. Keep your resources accounted for. And if you need to restock certain things based on this conversation or whatever conversation, you know what you need to do. Y'all take care. I'll see you real soon.